Legacy government tasked women-focused NGOs on grants writing skills for impactful development and launches weekly to enhance food security in the country. On the fronting, Georgia's turmoil deepens as ex-footballer set to be named president. And in sports, Nigeria's Super Falcons ends 2024 as Africa's #1 team. And now the details. I am Mike James. Legacy government, through the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, WAPA, has reiterated its commitment to empowering women-focused NGOs with critical skills to access funds and sustain impactful programs. Commissioner for WAPA, Bolaji Dada, stated this in her keynote address at the 2024 Capacity Building Session for Women-Focused NGOs held at Women Development Center, Agege. Speaking on the topic, writing of proposal for grants in aid, what every woman-focused NGO should know. Dada emphasized the essential role NGOs play in advancing women's welfare, tackling poverty, and creating meaningful change in communities. Dada, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary Oluyemi Kaleson, noted that in light of prevailing economic challenges, the ability to craft compelling grant proposals has become indispensable for securing funding and sustaining developmental initiatives. She urged NGOs to reach available funding opportunities from government agencies, international donors, private foundations, corporate organizations, and philanthropists. Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, has urged Nigerians not to despair as the administration of President Bola Tinubu is working to resolve the country's challenges. Obasa hosted during the Assembly's 22nd annual Thanksgiving service with the theme, The Voice of Mercy, said though the outgoing year is indeed a challenging one, especially considering the economic situation of the country, President Bola Tinubu is not leaving any stone unturned to bring Nigerians to the promised land. At the event, which had officials from the various arms of the state government, Government Advice Council GAC, traditional rulers and guest preachers, the Speaker urged Nigerians to enter 2025 with renewed passion and vigor. Quoting various portions of the Bible, Obasa said the country had reasons to thank God for his mercies, love, and faithfulness. In his sermon, Archbishop of the Methodist Church Nigeria, Lagos, Most Reverend Isaac Ayo Olawi, urged Nigerians to be merciful to one another in line with God's instruction. He lauded the Speaker for his leadership and collaboration with other arms of government, saying these have kept the state strong. The Legacy government has announced the road closure on Akiadishola Street, Victoria Island, for the Bavarian Motor Works outdoor show scheduled to hold on Sunday, 15th of December, between noon and 7 p.m. In a statement, Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Oshiemi enjoined motorists to use the alternative routes provided. Oshiemi noted that motorists from Falomo inward Ahmadu Bello on Akiadishola Street should turn right into Adiola Odeku to link Eletu Ogabi Street, to access Kasumu Ekemode Street to Bishop Oluwole Street, to connect Akiadishola Street and continue their journeys. Those from Ahmadu Bello Way to Falomo Bridge via Akiadishola Street are to turn right and connect Karimu Cotton Street to link Sanusi Fafuwa and access Akiadishola for a desired destination. He said motorists from Adiola Odeku inward Falomo Bridge will connect Aki Olugbade U-turn on a contraflow to link Akiadishola Street to continue their journeys, while those from Adiola Odeku inward Ahmadu Bello will have a thorough movement. The Commissioner urged motorists to be patient as the traffic management personnel will be on the diversion corridors to ease movement. measures to subsidize local wheat production to enhance food security and reduce reliance on imported wheat. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, said the scheme spans 16 wheat producing states and is designed to empower farmers with financial support and resources for improved wheat cultivation, and also a critical step towards creating a self-reliant and food-secure nation. Also speaking at the event, the National Project Coordinator, Ishaku Buba, while briefing the minister, noted the financial incentives provided under the program will include a 25% subsidy on certified wheat seeds and a 50% subsidy on fertilizers, aimed at reducing production costs for farmers. Buba stated that the initiative aims to support 280,000 smallholder farmers and a select group of medium-scale farmers organized into clusters. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Yushau Hamid, has advised Corps members to stop thinking of relocating back to their communities, emphasizing that life does not end there. Hamid stated this when he visited the NYC temporary orientation camp in Kaduna, addressing Corps members of the 2024 Batch C Stream 1 to find a home anywhere they were posted to, emphasizing the importance of adapting to new environments. He emphasized that the Corps members must find a sense of belonging wherever they were posted, stating that such a mindset was crucial for a successful service year. Hamid urged the Corps members to focus on making a positive impact in their host communities and encouraged them to be proactive and seek opportunities to contribute to the development of their host communities. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Hamid Dangiwa, has urged owners of federal government-owned land and houses in Lagos State to remit their ground rent to the government's coffer. Dangiwa said this during a stakeholder citizens engagement on land administration and a fiscal assessment of Banana Island, Osborne Phase 1 and 2, Parkview, Foreshore Estates and Shorelines. He said that the ministry plans to optimize its revenue collections by ensuring that all the occupiers of federal government assets pay their ground rent to enable it to improve on the facilities. The minister directed their state associations to stay within their limits, noting that they have the right to collect facility management fees based on agreement with the occupant of the estate and should be used to maintain the estate in terms of electricity, roads and all other facilities they use in the estate. And in some foreign news, former Manchester City footballer Mikhail Kavelashvili is set to be appointed as president of Georgia after 16 days of pro-European Union protests that have swept the country's towns and cities. Kavelashvili, aged 53, is a former member of parliament from the increasingly authoritarian ruling Georgian Dream Party. Georgia's outgoing pro-Western president Salome Zurabivici has condemned Kavelashvili's election as a travesty, insisting she holds Georgia's only remaining legitimate institution. And Prime Minister Irakli Kobakidze has also accused the president of trying to harm Georgia's interest, emphasizing that when her term of office ends on 29th of December, she will have to retire. And that was our news at 12. But before we go, the Super Falcons have maintained their position as Africa's highest-ranked team in the final FIFA rankings for 2024, despite remaining 36th globally. The latest rankings was released by the World Football Governing Body after seeing the 9-time African champions retain their continental supremacy ahead South Africa, Morocco, Zambia and Ghana. The Falcons' back-to-back victories over Algeria in international friendlies and narrow defeats to France did little to improve their global position, which remains a far cry from their best-ever ranking of 23rd achieved in June 2004 and March 2005. The final ranking of the year comes after a challenging 2024 for the Nigerian women who endured a disappointing campaign at the Paris Olympics. And that was our news at 12. But just before we go, do not drive without a valid driver license. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at www.trafficradio961.ng. And did you know that the Solo administration launched Lag Ride with 1,000 units of sports utility vehicles? Well, you get more details on the Lagos State Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government, through the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, WAPA, has reiterated its commitment to empowering women-focused NGOs with critical skills to access funds and sustain impactful programs. The federal government has initiated measures to subsidize local wheat production to enhance food security and reduce reliance on imported wheat. We also told you that former Manchester City footballer Mikel Cavalesvili is set to be appointed president by Georgia's disputed parliament after 16 days of pro-European Union protests that have swept the country's towns and cities. And in sports, the Super Falcons have maintained their position as Africa's highest-ranked team in the final FIFA rankings for 2024, despite remaining 36th globally. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast. It was compiled by Mojid Ololade. My name is Mike James. A beautiful afternoon to you, and thank you for listening.
From point to point on the road, rails, and waterways, we bring you up to speed with the latest traffic news, views, and comments from transportation experts. Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Traffic news round the clock.
Suffering from stomach discomfort?